After releasing my latest video earlier today, I got word that my own subscribers think I'm washed. Now when I walk down the streets, people call me the Walmart Adam Schefter. And instead of being referred to as the next Ian Rappaport, now it's just Ian late to report. Well, I got breaking news. Don't forget, Steeler news ain't really the news unless you hear it on Big Deke News. Take that to the damn bank. What a day. We got a lot of action. Steelers cut Myles Jack, and then, not shortly after, maybe even happened before, they brought in his replacement, Dolphins linebacker Elandon Roberts, and there's also reports that the Steelers have preliminary interest in bringing back Dupree. Let's start with Myles Jack. We cut him. We get $8 million in cap savings. I feel like Steeler Nation's 50-50 split on this one, and that's how I feel. I thought he was our best linebacker last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Still had over 100 tackles. The only downside was he got hurt as the season waned on. And I guess you could also say we just needed more splash from him. I mean, he didn't give us any of that splash. But he was solid. So I would have been fine with keeping him. But obviously the Steelers had different plans. By cutting him, they didn't really spend any time by bringing in a replacement, Elandon Roberts. Are we sure he's better than Myles Jack? Myles Jack still might be the better player right now. But what I will say is in Elandon Roberts' favor is he ain't afraid to hit. And I think whenever you pair him with a Cole Holcomb, who actually just had his contract details released today, 3 years, $18 million, so $6 million per year, I think that's fine. But if you pair Elandon Roberts with a Cole Holcomb, man, yeah, we ain't afraid to hit. We ain't going to get bullied like we saw not too many times last year, but there were some occurrences like the second Ravens game, the first Browns game. And I feel like, hey, making the switch from Myles Jack to these two linebackers and then still having a Mark Robinson on the roster just goes to show, like, man, we are stopping the run. So I like this from the standpoint, like, bro, we are getting back to physical Steeler football. I feel like we saw that a lot in the second half of last year, particularly on offense. Our defense was doing fine. But, again, we did have some lapses in run defense where it's not necessarily about the personnel. It's just like, man, we need more physicality. Like, they are just out-physicaling us in the run game. But bringing in Holcomb and Roberts, I think sends a message, and I like it. Now, the concerns are both those guys lack a little bit in pass coverage. I feel like there's still moves to be made. You bring back in Edmonds. Vince Williams just tweeted out, hey, if we get Edmonds at dime linebacker, watch out. Maybe that's the solution right there. Like whenever we got to get in nickel personnel or if we think the other team's passing, we could pair one of these linebackers with a Terrell Edmonds, or again, if it's just a dime package, we just have Terrell Edmonds out there, period. So there's options still. We could still, I feel like, Elandon Roberts signed for a 2-year deal. I doubt it's anything more than Cole Holcomb. I feel like we could still probably draft a dude in the top 2 rounds, whether it be a Drew Sanders or Trenton Simpson. I doubt we go Jack Campbell because he would fit too much of the archetype of what we already have. But if we get a dude, a linebacker that's a little bit better at the pass coverage portion of it, it could be a good combo. Dupree coming back. I've been saying it from the start whenever there were reports that the Steelers had interest in him. It just makes too much sense. We ain't messing around. We're getting back to smash mouth football, and I'm liking it. Obviously, there are some concerns with that, but we still have a lot of options here, rest of free agency and the draft, to kind of fill those concerns. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. That's it for this edition of Big Deke News. Stay chilling. Peace.